Let's get back to more of the action of Sunday. The Rams and Jags squaring off in London. Late first quarter, Rams up 7-0, first and goal. Matthew Stafford, that Davante Adams connection looked pretty good, Mina, in this game.
Yeah, something we had an eye on ahead of this game. Felt like the timing was off. It was not off in this game.
Mid-second quarter, same scores, second and goal. Stafford finds Adams again, RC, for the touchdown.
Why use two hands when one works fine enough? Davante Adams was a monster in the low red zone. Another big play.
Rams extend the lead to 21-0. Late fourth quarter, Rams leading 28-7. And Stafford says, I don't know, we've done it twice. Maybe we do it again. Again to Adams for another touchdown. 5 touchdowns.
Why they didn't do that Megatron thing where they just put
crazy.
2 people on them and use them like Vice?
But also, when we continue to have these quarterback conversations as far as top 5, can we start saying Matthew Stafford's name at least?
He better be in there, right? It doesn't matter what the situation's been this season. Matthew Stafford has been throwing touchdowns. To Marcus's point, he leads the NFL overall with 17 touchdown passes through 7 games, and he also had the most touchdown passes against man coverage, against the blitz, on play action, and in the fourth quarter. Doesn't matter
everything.
what you do, right?
MVP
He's only 3 shy of his total of touchdown passes from last season. Mina, what'd you like from the Rams yesterday?
Aside from the Davante connection, which was huge, wanted to see if they would find a way to get their second-round draft pick Terrence Ferguson involved. And he hasn't played a lot so far this season, I think because of his blocking ability or lack thereof. Sean McVay said, cool, we're going to put 3 tight ends on the field. They played 13% on 40% of snaps. They split out Ferguson wide, and then they got him on the huge man beater downfield. He brings an explosive element to this tight ends group that doesn't exist amongst the other tight ends. Look for that to happen more.
What do you make of this situation for Fields?
Well, what do you make of it is that in the last 2 weeks, they've played good enough defense to get wins, and they've been absolutely horrible offensively, and there needs to make a change. And it's not necessarily just about Justin Fields. It's about this entire operation. And when you look at the way that he's been holding on to the football and then missing open receivers when he does throw the football, it's just not professional, competent quarterback play. And if you are Aaron Glenn, you have to show that there is some sort of progression, whether it's on the offense or the team in totality, and you can't do that right now, it seems, with Justin Fields at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like a group chat for coaches with bad quarterbacks. That's how he got into when he said he's been texting them. But to me, listening to him talk about it, it really illustrates how hard it is to go through a season not knowing that your quarterback's not on your roster. It's easy for us at the beginning of the season to say, cool, they're going to draft a guy next year, just build, this year and get through it. Easier said than done when you're not having competent quarterback play. I do not envy him.
Justin Fields is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's not good enough to be a starter. He shows at times explosiveness with his legs. He has those 1-off, 2-off games. In Pittsburgh last year, we were talking about should he be the starter for the remainder of the season. Gets to New York. I don't care about the situation. This iteration of Justin Fields has shown up at every stop he's been at. And I think it's time to move on from the fact that he can be a starting quarterback in this league. He hasn't proved that through his play.
As you see there, the Jets are now the favorite to get the #1 overall pick in the April draft. The interesting thing is that this quarterback class might not have been what we thought it was going to be, so something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, this quarterback class was catfishing. In the summer, they was catfishing.
That kid Simpson from Alabama looking solid, though.
That group chat of the coaches with the quarterbacks that are struggling, it's like Mike McDaniel, Aaron Glenn. Like, I'm just imagining those guys going back and forth. Yeah, it's got to be out there. I mean, they looked good. Mina, why was the offense at its best yesterday?
They're just so balanced. And this is kind of what we thought it would look like when they traded for George Pickens, which is a defense. What do you do when there's 2 elite wide receivers on the field? Well, you play a lot of coverage. So you get a lot of light boxes, and Javonte Williams averaged 11 yards per carry running into light boxes. It's a joy to watch this Cowboys run game right now. They're not really adding extra bodies to the box. It's just the offensive line. It's mostly inside zone, but they're just removing guys at the line of scrimmage. And then because he's running into favorable looks, he's able to get chunk yards on the ground. Right now, the Cowboys offense gives you so many things to stop. It's a difficult problem for any defense, much less a defense like Washington, that had struggled to stop the run.
The survey on Dak Prescott is when he has a run game, he's a cheat code. We've seen this before. This is how he actually became the starter in Dallas, by having a big physical offensive line, Zeke Elliott, and pushing the ball down the field and surprising people. I love the cachet that he's playing with, the confidence, moving the football around, not getting caught up in how many balls does CD need, how many does George Pickens need. Dak is like, I'm throwing it to the dude that's open, and the way the play is set up. But this run game, to me, it's the near and dear to my heart. Javonte Williams has kind of reemerged as the guy we thought he would be when the Denver Broncos drafted him. This is one of those examples of the big play after the George Pickens throw that you see Javonte Williams. But to your point, Mina, it's because of the light boxes. It's because of the threat of y'all hearing me hoop and holler about, please go get another wide receiver since we started doing NFL Live together. And this is a manifestation of that. And I also want to give Schottenheimer a lot of credit. Dak only threw the ball 30 times in this game, and Javonte rushed it 19. It's a balanced offense. They are trying to establish both phases.
That was the 9th career game for Christian McCaffrey with at least 100 rush yards and 50 receiving yards. That's tied for 3rd most in the NFL history, behind only Marshall Faulk's 15 and Walter Payton's 10. CMC accounted for 62% of the 49ers' yards from scrimmage, highest by any player this season. I want to tweet us if you have him on your fantasy team and tell us how you just smack somebody down. Let's start on the offense, Mina. Why was that run game so effective?
The Niners' run game has gone through a lot of evolutions, right? They went from zone to gap. This year it was a lot of zone early on, but in this game they leaned really heavily into the gap runs, particularly when Divine Diablo went out. I think they realized they had a matchup advantage there, and it was just power all night long. A few of the highlights: this is 2-back power, so you got Juice, the fullback, but watch the down blocks. You got Dominic Pooney pulling across that you get from Trent Williams, who, by the way, is still awesome, as well as the tight end Luke Farrell there, clearing the way for a big chunk gain. Again, this is another power run with Pooney pulling. Trent Williams does this thing, but I want you to watch again from the down blocks, the left guard, Colby there, clearing a lane for McCaffrey, who always runs with great vision on gap runs, squares up the safety. Back to 2-back power. This time, you got the other guard pulling, and again, the down blocks. Look at Colton McKivitz. Oh, my God. Walling him off, and then who's up there? Oh, yeah, George Kittle. He's back from the backside, climbing to the second level. That's how you get over 10 yards a pop for Christian McCaffrey. They were dominating them at the line of scrimmage last night.
Man, I love those lanes. That was a great tape.
What you trying to do today?
I know you loved it.
I get you a steak dinner.
That was a new car. Might as well be a steak dinner for
addition
you,
to the house. What you want?
Exactly.
You keep asking me, what do you want?
Yeah, what do we always say about play action? You don't actually have to run it well. You just have to sell, run. And with the 6 offensive linemen, they did just that. I thought this is one of the best games I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play. He had 9 completions over 10 yards in this game. I looked it up. That's the most he's had in 2 years.
Wow.
And I would argue the beginning of the 4th quarter, that one drive that culminated in the touchdown throw to A.J. Brown, he had maybe some of the best street throws I've seen from him all season long. Here's the one where the pressure comes, so he escapes to his right. This has been missing this year, that ability to play make on the run. That's a dart to A.J. Brown coming back. Here's one of the play action throws Dan talked about. Working the middle of the field, that's where the voids are in this Brian Flores defense. Not an area that Jalen always attacks, however. And then finally, this seam ball to A.J. I mean, my goodness, that's a tight window throw. Perfect ball, perfectly placed. He was unruffled by the blitz. He saw the field well. I thought it was an incredible performance.
Let's get to from yesterday. Packers and Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett in Week 7, starting for the injured Kyler Murray against the Cardinals and the Packers. Under 10 minutes left in the 4th, tied at 20, 3rd and goal in the Green Bay 10. Brissett dropping back, but Micah Parsons had other plans.
Micah Parsons was getting off the football so quickly, beating the one-on-one matchups. He was in the backfield the entire day. And here on 4th and 1, I didn't expect him to snap the ball, but a huge play by Green Bay.
Yeah, so then the Cardinals up 23-20, ensuing Packers drive. Under 3 to play. Jordan Love finds Tucker Kraft near the sideline.
Hey, man, on the flip side, I really liked Matt LaFleur going for it here. Jordan Love makes a clutch throw in a key moment.
And then 1st and goal for Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, he was potentially questionable with an illness. He was so tough in this game, rushing up the middle for the 1-yard touchdown. Packers up 27-23. Next, Cardinals possession, 33 seconds left. Brissett sacked again by Parsons. 3 sacks in the game. He's just a closer out there. A few plays later, 13 seconds left. Brissett throwing a Hail Mary pass toward the end zone, but
almost, Zay Jones. Almost.
Out of bounds. Packers survive and get the win. 27-23. I always root for a Hail Mary. It's just so crazy. All right, Micah Parsons, though, tied a career high with 4 quarterback pressures in the fourth quarter on Sunday. That gives him 15 in the fourth quarter or overtime this season, one more than Joey Bosa. No other player has more than 10. Parsons also finished with a career best 3 sacks. Mina, why was he so effective?
It looks like someone has a button they're pressing fast forward on him when he plays, and everyone else is moving in normal speed. I mean, 10 pressures, 3 sacks. Next Gen Stats charted him with a 2.29 second time to pressure. To put that in perspective, anything under 2.5 seconds is quick game. So he's getting to the quarterback before Jacoby Brissett had a chance back there. I thought Jeff Hapley did a good job of finding ways to get him one-on-ones, putting the guys in the line of scrimmage, but he was unblockable in this game, and he won them that football game.